something good, I can buy it by case and save a little bit.
Yep. It's tough find what you like, then just kind of stick with it and just try new stuff every once in a while.
I was gonna try Oktoberfest, but they didn't have it.
I would say it might be a little early still in some
No,
places.
they have it. They had a shelf spot for it, and it said Sam Adams seasonal, and it was like out. And the guy went in the back and looked for me, and they didn't have it. They had it by the case. But I was like, I ain't paying $14 for a case of beer I've never even tried. So I was like, screw it. So I was like, I've been wanting to try Fat Tire, so I got that.
Yeah, Fat Tire's okay.
I'm warming up to it. It's pretty bitter, but all I've had before this was cider, so that's probably why. I'm muscling it down. Yeah.
Mm.
Can't let it go to waste,
Well, that's true.
I mean, you might as well just chug it, right?
I guess. I don't know. Or you just drink it every so often.
No, yeah, actually, it's not bad sipping it. So
I tend to not be able to like chug beer. There's some people that can just freaking down it. I
uh,
can't. It gets all
I could
like
with the
foamy
cider.
and shit. I can't do it.
I could with the hard cider. I mean, I wasn't like actually chugging, but I could drink them fast.
Well, yeah, and that's different too. But there's something about beer, like it.
Like turning it up and just like drinking the whole bottle, or are you talking about like just drinking it very quick?
No, I'm talking about like literally chugging it, like
Oh no, yeah, I
open
want
it
it
and drink
anyways.
it.
I want to enjoy it.
Yeah, but once you start playing drinking games, there's a lot that you're supposed to chug and then do something or whatever, like flip cup,
Yeah.
or if you're playing beer pong and you gotta chug that and all that. But
Well, I'm mostly been just drinking by myself right now. My
that's
friend,
sad.
I know.
Don't ever say that. That's sad.
Well, that's it whenever I'm home from work, get relaxing, whatever.
So you skipped the social drinking and just went straight to like old alcoholic.
Yep. Sitting here, my
God
gun,
damn it, woman, leave me alone.
sitting in
I'm
my living
drinking my
room,
beer.
cursing Hillary Clinton and drinking my beer. Now, my friend who was gonna, my drinking buddy, because he had some experience when he was at college, which is actually funny because he was under. I can't say, I shouldn't say that on air. But anyways, he's like, yeah, he's like, we'll have to go get some beers from now, whatever to get. I'm like, yeah, and then he's been having health problems. He's on meds that he can't drink with, so he's not drinking right now. I'm like, dadgummit.
Dadgummit. You're so southern.
Yeah, buddy.
You're funny.
I need to go eat. I'm hungry. This is gonna.
So you've learned the drinking before eating trick. It's good economical savings.
Mm-hmm.
I got pizza on the way right now. I just ordered it a little bit ago.
I've got leftover frozen pizza, which is already cooked, and then I've got leftover spaghetti. I'm going for the spaghetti.
They said 45 minutes though for delivery, and
That's ridiculous.
like I don't think it. I don't think it will be. They always
They
tend to
just say
round
that,
up.
yeah, to cover their
Yeah.
ass.
But shit, the one time they did that, they said it'd be however long, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I was like, oh, I gotta go like run to the store. Well, I got time, so I ran to the store, and then when I came back, he was like blocking my whole driveway, and like had just pulled up. I'm like, what the hell, dude? It's been like 10 minutes. You said it was gonna be a half hour. So I
Yeah,
had to like park in the street and then get the
walk.
food from him, and then he backed out, and then I was able to pull in my driveway.
Yeah. So I shot the Georgia State match this past weekend on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, how'd you do?
That's cool. Man, not well. I was consistent. I'll put it that way. So that's one takeaway. And I had a lot of fun. Like I
I
had a really good
missed
time.
every single target.
No, see, that's the thing.
Super consistent.
Well, see, the way these guys build stages, this is a local match, obviously. So I know all the guys running and everything. And the way they build stages is like they make them
You
look.
just said it was a state match. Now, is it local or state?
Well, it's a state match, but it's at a local club that hosts it. And I'm a local, so I shoot local matches there. So it's local to me because I live in Georgia. It's a Georgia State match.
Right. Well, I
Yeah.
just because I know there's the different levels. There's like state
Oh no, yes,
matches
it's like level 1,
and
2, and 3, and
yeah.
it's level 2. locals are level 1, and like nationals and area matches are level 3. And like area is like, like sub-nationals is like 4 or 5 states is one
Now,
part of the
do you
area.
have to have certain credentials to get into like state matches and national matches?
Yes.
So
Level 2,
local, anyone as
they,
long as you pay your $20 or whatever, you're in.
yes, most
But
of them don't
then,
require membership. Level 2, you have to be a USPSA member, which is like $20 a year, so no big deal. Nationals is a little bit different. So each local club throughout the U.S. gets a slot based on their participation throughout the year. So like depending on how many shooters you have, you might get 4 or 5 slots, or you might get 1 or 2 for. And of course, the national match, they don't have all the divisions at one nationals match. There's more than one nationals. So like they'll have limited and open nationals, and it's the same match. So you shoot a limited gun, which is like iron sight gun, which is like it's like a race gun, but it's iron sights, and then you shoot the race guns open with the red dot, and so that's one national match. Because they'd be too busy, they couldn't do every single division at one match. It'd be like a 2 or 3 week long match, and not everybody would shoot it at that point. But so anyways, you get the slots, and you pretty much if you want to shoot a national match, you get that slot, and you have to pay for the slot. You go to your match director, your local match director, and say, "Hey, I want to take this national slot." And if no one else wants it at that club or who shoots that match, and he's like, "Okay, sure," and then you pay for it and you go shoot. If there's someone else who wants it for the same division and everything, you have to have like a shoot off or something, some way to compare who's going to go.
okay, so each local club that hosts matches throughout the year get to like send their best guy to the nationals or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
Okay.
Unless there's like no one else to compete against them, which is pretty often the case because a lot of people can't go to nationals not because they're not good, but just because they don't have time or money or whatever.
Well, yeah, and then I was just curious about that because it, it's one of those sports that there's almost no what I'll call professionals. Like there are a
Yeah,
few, but
they're
almost no one that shoots it is 100% like that's all they do, and they make their
right.
money off of it and everything.
Even the ones who do, even the ones who are like top 5%, like who are in the top 5% caliber of the sport, even they have like regular job, full time jobs sometimes.
Right. And it could be they have, shooting sport related
Oh
jobs or
yeah, like the
whatever,
guy
but
I shot with at Georgia State, which is really cool. I got to shoot with the limited division, which is the division I shoot. I got to shoot with the match winner, and he beat Travis Tomasi, shoots for Remington.
no, no, no.
Oh, well, he's pretty well known that's that side of the shooting area of community, or whatever. And he actually got beat by this guy, and I was shooting with him. His name's Steven Sanders, real cool guy. I got to shoot with him, and he helped me out a lot and everything, real nice. And he actually works for Precision Delta. You ever heard of them, the bullet company?
No.
Well, if you're a reloader, you've heard of him. But anyways, yeah. So he's like an engineer there, and that's what he does. So yeah, he's a shooting related job, but um, you know, so he's kind of in the industry in that sense too. But like one of the other guy, I don't know if you ever heard of Clint Upchurch. He's real big in 3-gun, or he was big in 3-gun. He was sponsored by Colt. He actually stepped down from that Colt position because he got like an offer for the company he was working at or something to like be part owner or something, which was going to be obviously a lot more responsibility. So he took that instead because obviously that's going to make him more money and he'll probably be able to retire earlier now, I guess, or something. Probably was that was what his thinking was behind that. And two, I heard he was spending these pros. They spend a lot of their vacation time at matches and stuff. Because like I said, they have regular full time jobs, and so and he has a family too. So if you have a family, you want to spend vacation time with family most of the time, not just all by yourself shooting matches. So he left. He stepped down from the Colt sponsorship position, and now he just shoots for himself, I think.
Right. Well, and that's the thing, it's just kind of a weird sport of that. You could still have like a couple sponsors, like you could have an ammo sponsor or something that just happens to buy your ammo for you,
Right.
but that doesn't mean that you're like a full-time,
Oh, yeah, look at
just with
Stone
those
Guy.
people.
Stone Guy had an ammo sponsor, and it wasn't like a big sponsor, but it was something. He got enough ammo to shoot like a match or two every month or something like that, I think. But
Crap, I'm gonna lose this one. Damn it.
Who's what?
Well, I'm playing Boom Beach.
What is that?
I don't know. You like get these little people and attack a base. There's like heavy machine gunners and
Playing
tanks
on your
and
phone?
grenade throwers and whatever. But what ended up
Your
happening,
phone?
I might still be okay. Yeah, it's just a stupid little thing. Um, I have these medics, which normally, like, as long as the medics are sitting there, like, healing the tank takes all the force, the medics heal them, and then, like, the grenade guys stand behind them and just throw these
Almost
grenades, and
makes it
it
so much
blows everything
more.
up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sometimes the medics get into, like, a little, I don't know what you'd call it, but, like, almost like a redundant loop where they all just start healing themselves and they don't heal the other units. So then it's like these missiles
It's
were
selfish.
hitting the medics instead of hitting the tanks, and the medics were just sitting there healing themselves. So I'm like, well, now the freaking tanks and stuff are going to blow up.
Yeah.
But I might be okay. All my tanks are gone, but I still have 5 grenade guys.
Well, I'll pray for your grenade guys.
Yeah. The problem is, like, the whole point of them is that they're not very accurate when they, like, throw.
The
So it's kind
area,
of
the
cool when
area
you
affected
have,
weapon.
well, when you have like a bunch of like defenses like clustered together, it doesn't really matter which one they're aiming at because they'll just end up hitting all of them eventually.
Yeah.
When you're going for one specific thing you want to blow up, it's kind of frustrating.
So I have a question.
No,
How hard or how easy is it to freeze beer?
beer
Because
normally doesn't freeze unless it's like light.
okay, cool. Because
Water in it.
I put some in the freezer.
Yeah, normally the alcohol content keeps it from freezing,
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, and it makes it
but
nice.
don't leave it in there like forever.
Yeah.
Like,
Will it bust or something? Or
well, it can. I mean, I've seen cans explode.
oh, it's glass bottles.
Well, you should be okay, but when you open it up,
Mm-hmm.
then it will freeze. Like
Oh, because
if
the
you,
air gets to it. It's so cold.
well, yeah, you've super cooled it, so it's actually below freezing, but it's not able to form ice crystals because there's no like seed to start the ice crystal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then when you open it, the bubbles that gives a place for the ice to form.
Right. Gotcha.
But again, if it's like a normal beer, normally the alcohol content's enough not to really freeze.
This is 5.3. So
Yeah, you'll probably be all
5.2.
right.
I'm starting to feel the second one. I need to go eat something. I'm hungry. I haven't ate supper yet. But anyways, yeah. So it was a fun match, and then I worked on Sunday, and that was cool. That's my first major match I've ever worked. So because I got comped pretty well, I'll definitely recommend it. Anybody wanting to shoot Georgia State USPSA, it's a great match. Definitely shoot it and work it. The staff gets treated well, and I enjoyed it. So that was my first major match working it, and me and 2 other guys, we were working. It was only an 18-round stage, so it wasn't too bad. And I mean, it was hard work. It was all day hard work. We got there. We had to be at the range at 6:30. 6:30. I mean, they said 6:30, but I got there at 6:30, and everybody was just standing around underneath the pavilion talking. So, but so we started shooting. Well, we started running shooters at 7:15, and then we had lunch break at like 12, probably, and then we started back again at 1:45. We were done. The last squad we were done at 5:45. So I mean, it's a full days of work, and then they have the award ceremony afterwards. Of course, everybody a few people hang around. Usually, most everybody's gone by then. So I mean, I was at the range from 6:30 till 7:45, but it was good. I got to run a lot of shooters and get some more experience, learn a few things, and only had to DQ one person. I did have to disqualify one person for a accidental discharge.
Jerk.
I don't know. That's why the guy I was working with on stage. He's like, Caleb, I can't believe you disqualified the guy. You're just a jerk. Disqualified that guy. You're just a jerk. He was messing with me. And I'm not gonna say his name on there just because it's not that important.
Jerry Mitchell.
No, but it was somebody who was upper level. He was grandmaster, and he was an open shooter. And
Was he all like pissed about it, like arguing,
No,
or was he just
no,
like,
absolutely
"Yep,
not.
that
He,
sucked"?
yeah, that's pretty much what he was like. He was super bummed out, but he was super courteous, and I mean, it was sort of, it was completely on him. I'll explain what happened, but anyway, yeah, so he was super cool about it, and it did suck. I felt bad because it happened. It's like, well, that sucks. Then you can't shoot the rest of the match, but yeah, that's all we had. So, anyways, he was shooting an open gun, right, with a red dot and everything on it, and the slide racker and all that mess, compensator. So I was standing right behind him, not directly behind him, but just a little to the right of him. He was a right-handed shooter, and he was already done shooting. And so what happened was he was unloading, showing clear, and he had his gun like in front of him, pointing straight down range. So I couldn't really see. I could see the chamber kind of in the slide, but not like below it. And so he racked it real quick to rack the round out, and it got hung up. And the reason it got hung up was because he still had a loaded mag in the gun. He didn't take the magazine out first. And so he didn't know, he still at that point didn't realize the magazine was something else. So he like jiggled the slide a little bit, get that extra round out that was in the chamber, and it fell out. And he saw it fall. And as soon as he saw it fall, he turned the gun and canted it to the right so that I could see it. And as soon as he turned it to the right, I saw it, and I saw the slide open, and I saw the bullet in the magazine sitting there on top of the magazine. And like for a split second, I mean, it was like super. It happened super fast. And I was like, I still like that, because I was about to say, what are you doing? I was like, because I was about to say, I'd already given him the range commands to, if clear, hammer down, and holster. And that's why you say if clear, because it's ultimately their responsibility to make sure the gun's clear. And obviously, you want to visually check. And so I was kind of confused for like a split second. Before I could say anything, he just drops the slide, because he's holding it with a slide racker on his left hand. Just drops the slide and clicks the trigger, and boom, the gun goes off. And that's an automatic disqualification. I was like, oh crap! I'm like, stop. You're supposed to say stop whenever you want to stop. I was like, unload, show clear, if clear, hammer down, holster, knee holster. I'm like, range is clear, and I was like, that's a DQ. And that was the end of it. I mean, and then the range master has to come over and approve it and everything, and they actually take the score sheet for that stage, and the range master writes the rule that was applicable to the DQ. Like, he'll pull the rule book out and look at the exact rule, quote the rule. He'll sign it, then I sign it, and they put the time of day on there. That way, because I mean, there is an arbitration process for USPSA.
Right, but I mean and that just shows. It doesn't matter how good you are. That guy has unloaded and showed clear 2,000 times in his life.
Yeah,
and that one time he didn't take the magazine
power.
out first.
Yeah.
That's when it happens.
And I just wish if he would have been slower doing it, I could have probably called him like, wait, like stop, take your magazine out, and I could have told him, because that's not coaching or anything. That's completely legal. That's being safe. So I want, I want everybody to be able to shoot the match. And I just didn't have time to say anything. So
that's when that shit happens. When you've done it 2,000 times and you start doing it so quickly, you're not thinking about it.
What I learned from that too now is that I'm gonna give my range commands like a little bit slower.
Well, you give it. That's what I would say. It's kind of. I don't know. Maybe people would get annoyed with you that you're taking time, but it's like start with like unload and show clear, and then I know it is ultimately up to them.
Right.
But
it helps a little bit.
If that way, if you see something like that,
it gives them more time.
Don't say if clear, hammer down, holster. Say your mag's still in there, dumbass.
Right. See, that's the thing. I said that when the gun was still pointed straight forward, and even at that point, I still didn't realize the mag was still in the gun. I didn't realize it until he turned the gun sideways. And at that point, I already given the command. And that's when I froze, like for just a split second. And he dropped it.
So
and fired it.
Ultimately, it's your fault.
Yeah, right.
Unload, show clear, hammer down, holster.
I wasn't that fast.
You can't say all that.
I wasn't that fast, but I was in the groove, and when you're running shooters all day, you're just trying to be as efficient as possible to keep on schedule. And so obviously you're not expecting someone like I knew who he was. Like I've known him, I've watched him shoot because he's so good. I went and watched him shoot and stuff, and like I wasn't expecting, I wasn't like trying to like baby a new shooter or something. I was just like, I know this guy's an experienced shooter, and I was like, if finished, unload, show clear, if clear, hammer down, holster, and that's about how fast I normally do it. And I don't say if finished and unload, show clear until they've like broken their left hand off the gun usually, so they're holding the gun with one hand. Sometimes people like thinking about what they shot and they're like want to reshoot something like half a second or a second after they stop. That's why you say if finished, because the RO doesn't say when you stop a stage.
Right. See, I run the stage and then I stand there for 15 minutes, shoot one more.
Well, that's why
If done, unload and show clear. I'm not done yet.
I'm not done.
Quit rushing me.
And like walk back and look at each target. Okay, good hits there. Oh no, a miss. Pow. Yeah, definitely not worth it in USPSA. The scoring system is not applicable to that stage plan. But so yeah, it kind of sucked. So, but then after that, and like I'm the range officer for that stage. I was the certified range officer. But then there was another guy who's a CRO, which stands for Chief Range Officer, which is like another level of training through the USPSA Range Officer program. It's like a second level. And pretty much after that, the only level up is Range Master, which the Range Master is a person who's over the entire match, like as far as safety and everything like that and rules go. So, and there's one CRO on each stage, usually, maybe two. So the CRO after that said to me, he's like, I know it wasn't your fault and everything, really. He's like, but just to keep in mind, do your commands just a little bit slower. And I was like, yeah, that's a good point, and I kept that in mind. So that's what I learned from that experience.
Right, and that's part of the reason of, unload and show clear, is that the range master is supposed to kind of be like, oh yeah, that's clear, and then just to kind of cover your ass, then you say
if clear.
If clear.
Right.
But
and that's why it's also very pertinent to do the proper range commands.
Well, see, and I'm not claiming to be an expert or nothing. I've watched some stuff. I started getting into it. I've never shot an official match, but I did shoot like it was IDPA, which is very similar. It's the same type of thing: show clear, drop, hammer, blah blah.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But it was like a practice thing, so they set up like 4 stages, and then you'd get in big groups, and it was just like after 20 minutes you switch stages, and so everyone got to shoot, and if there weren't very many people, you could just sit there and keep shooting if you wanted to do a second or third time, and then they would, okay, now it's time to switch. But there was one time, my first time there, I was being super cautious and safe and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy goes, unload and show clear, so drop the mag,
right,
pull it back, and then I'm just like sitting there, because he never said like if clear, hammer down, holster. Like he started like looking at targets and helping this guy score. So I literally was like standing there, just like holding my slide back.
Did he walk in front of you when your gun was out?
No.
Oh.
No, it's like off to the side. Someone must have asked him something or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I'm just like standing there. I'm safe direction, no one in front, blah blah blah.
Right.
He didn't call clear or anything, but you know how it is. Like they kind of check the targets like behind you as they're walking up towards you.
That's why we have certain people delegated for that, and the way it should be is the person with the timer should not be doing that at all until the range is clear, command is given. Which
right. Well, it was, and I don't know if it's because practice, so like everyone just kind of helps out.
Okay,
like
gotcha.
They still score it, but they don't have 5 people working the stage or anything. It's like each stage had one safety guy, and then the other people from the club that kind of know what they're doing.
That's the way it is here at local matches, but you have integrated people who are, like at local matches, you don't have assigned staff. They don't have time for that. And they might not even have enough to have like a assigned staff. But like, just anybody on the stage who can run a timer usually is the RO. And usually the people who run the match kind of know the local guys, like who's certified and who's not. So they know I'm certified. So if they see me on the squad, they say, oh, well, Caleb can run a timer. So at least we have one certified RO on there. And then someone scoring, like a local match, the person scoring doesn't have to be certified. They just have to know how to use the electronic tablet and how to look at targets and stuff like that. And that's why I forgot what I was gonna say about your experience with him not. That's what I was gonna say. It's like the RO, like his eye should have never left your gun until your gun was in the holster. And that's the way. Like when I'm ROing, it's weird too. And I figured this out because I was excited because I actually got an RO for Travis Tomasi and Clint Upchurch, the guys I was talking about earlier. Travis, the guy who shoots for Remington, and Upchurch, the previous Colt shooter. And so I was like super excited because I was like, oh, I'll get to watch them shoot. RO mindset. I wasn't really watching them shoot. I was just watching their gun for safety. And so that's the only thing I was focused on. And I got done. I was like, I didn't really get to watch their run that well because I was watching their gun the whole time. Which is good though, because that's what you're supposed to do. And so that was kind of interesting from that, learning that. And and then you watch them put the gun in the holster. And another good thing to do is like know the ins and outs of like different race holsters, especially because they have locks on them, and you want to make sure that people lock their holster before they start walking, because some of those, when they're unlocked, like you jiggle the holster and the gun falls out. But if it's locked, it's not going anywhere. You can hang the person upside down from their gun, and it's not going to come out most likely. And so that's kind of something I always watch for. And as soon as I see the holster locked, whatever, if it's Kydex holster, they just put it in there, and it's just you hear, it's all the way seated in the Kydex, and you call range is clear. But for the race holsters, you gotta watch. They usually have like little switches on them or something, or levers. And one person, and this person is known to have a little bit of an attitude. I'm not gonna name names or anything like that. They put the gun in the holster, and I was watching them. And I know the type of holster they're using because I used it for a few months. I borrowed one from a friend, and I was like, "Can you please lock your holster for me?" And they had already started to take 2 or 3 steps away, and they reached down and flipped it with an attitude, kind of flipped it, and then threw their hand up in the air. I didn't say anything. I was like, I don't care what you think. I want to make sure this range is safe before anybody goes to the range. It's my job. And so it's nothing you gotta watch for. That's nothing you gotta watch for. But it was pretty cool. Getting to work, meeting a bunch of nice people and good shooters. Got to see some top national level shooters, so that was neat. And I got to watch one guy. I think he finished in top 10 at nationals just a while back in production. So production is everybody shoots 9mm, and it's people are shooting quote unquote race gun production guns, which CZs are as good as they can be, but still following the rules. And then they have really nice double action triggers. So it's when you think production, it's not just out of the box. But this guy, he's top 10 production. His name's Sal Luna. I got to watch him shoot, and I've noticed something that every time you watch somebody in production shoot, like a grandmaster like that, it looks slow, but it's actually not. And it's weird because you're that looked really smooth, and then you look at the time and you realize how fast it was. And they shoot only perfect hits too, because they have to, because they're scoring for 9mm, so weighted different. And it's crazy watching them shoot. Cause the guy who shot my stage, who's the production grandmaster, who won production overall, he shot it in 11.66 seconds, 11.66. And then Clint Upchurch, who's the grandmaster open shooter, they look fast. Open shooters look fast. They got this big loud gun with a red dot, and it just looks like they're blazing away. He shot it literally 10 faster, maybe. And so I was wow, it's crazy watching those two, and then thinking there was more difference than that, but there wasn't. So that was really neat, getting to watch all these people shoot and everything. Because I wasn't running the timer the whole time, so I got this pace or whatever, and watch them shoot the beginning of the stage and stuff.
Yawn.
Hi.
Oh, hi guys. How's it going?
You don't like competition shooting?
No, I'm just teasing you.
I gotta get some food.
I just don't like getting another year older. Is what it is.
Hey.
Was it your birthday, dude?
Yeah, it's my birthday today.
Oh, is it? Happy birthday, man.
No, it's not happy.
Night strike.
You just turned 30, right?
Yeah, I wish. No, add 3 years to that.
Oh, but dude, come on. Not bad.
I don't like getting older, right?
No
Yeah,
one
but
does.
you some bitch oh my god, I'm not in my 20s anymore. I'm so ugly. Men aren't supposed to give a shit about getting old.
Hey, I care.
All you should care about is dying. All you should care about is dying, and you should have a long time away before that. So you'll be okay.
Smeggy, how old are you?
Not as old as Grandpa over here.
Yeah, fuck you.
I just saw this funny meme too. Hang on, this is hilarious. Oh, no, you guys won't get it though, because you aren't local. Do you know what Windstream is? Night Strike.
Yes.
An internet provider.
Yes, I do. I do know Windstream.
Do you know how terrible they are?
I've heard stories, but I've never actually experienced it myself.
This meme is hilarious. Can you guys see it? So it's the devil, and he's saying, "Come on." He's talking to God. He's like, "Come on, just let me create one thing." And God's like, "Oh, for Pete's sake, fine." And he's like, "Jackpot." And there's a picture of a Windstream store.
Wow.
That's funny.
Because they're in Charleston. They do
Yes.
provide service in Charleston, but I don't have them.
I
Because
know
I've
they
always had cable internet and then before that I had, DSL with Bell
Yeah.
South.
I know they suck because I have them at our college has them, and it's
All it is just wireless internet, right?
yeah, it's sketchy.
Well, it's sketchy. The thing about wireless internet is basically it's just distance Wi-Fi, and the problem is if the signal is out on one end, or if there's anything in between the two antennas, then you don't get any signal, and you don't get any internet.
Yeah, what's really weird and frustrating about my internet at college is that my computer will work fine there, but for some reason my phone, it will find the network, but it will never connect to it. I don't understand why. It's really weird, and I can never get on. I used to be able to, like when I was freshman year or sophomore year, and ever since then I haven't been able to get back on the Wi-Fi network with my phone. Kind of annoying, but I'm glad my computer works. That's more important because I need it for school stuff.
Oh, wow. I am waiting for the Drunk DB and Drunk BE chat because, as Robbie said, it'll be like crossing the streams.
How'd your shoot go?
Well, I haven't had my gun for 2 months, so I haven't practiced for 2 months.
All I hear is excuses.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was gonna say, but I had to finish chewing.
Okay,
my
let me
piece of
answer.
pizza.
Let me answer like this. I was really slow. I was decently accurate, and I had a lot of fun. That's pretty much the best way to sum it
Okay.
up.
So, in other words, you got last place.
Did you ask them to see what they used to make up their stages?
Huh? Oh crap! I need to send. I'll send them a message and ask them. I should have asked them yesterday when I was like, excuse me. If you would text me, I would have.
When competition shooters are like, I was really slow, they mean they were like 25% faster than the fucking normal person, though.
That is true.
Well, see, not necessarily. I mean, there's competition guys that they just have fun and they're not necessarily good.
But the thing is a lot of those competition shooters that aren't just do it for fun, they're still faster than the average guy and more accurate.
Smeggy, and those are the people that we call people who suck at the sport. We don't say that to their face, though. I mean, I can say that because I still
say, well, fuck you, because I resemble that remark.
I can say that though because I still kind of suck. I don't suck really bad. I just kind of suck.
Well, I mean, the thing is you talk to any guy, you talk to Ben Steger, and he was like, "Yeah, I suck," Yeah. Exactly. And he's like top 2 or 3 in the nation for for this shit, and he still says I suck.
And say that the way to look at it is, did you shoot better than you could have, or worse? If you had it an average, like golf, right? You have a handicap or whatever.
Oh, no, I definitely shot below my average. Definitely.
No, you suck then.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, screw you.
I did suck at the match.
Yeah, it sounds like you sucked.
But yeah, that was kind of disappointing because the guy who I normally beat in matches whenever I'm in the federal passing and stuff, he was 3rd or 2nd in my class, and I normally beat him or right around him, so I know I could have at least gotten in the top 5 if I would have been on a normal schedule. So that really bothered me. God damn it! I could have got a freaking trophy,
Right.
but I was like, whatever, it's what it is. It is what it is. So I got 2 weeks till North Carolina State. It's not this weekend.
Well,
the
thing is
I'm gonna dry fire a lot, and I'm a live fire a little bit because I can't afford more bullets right now.
yeah.
And then I'll go shoot the match.
The whole thing with shooting the match is, people are like, oh, I haven't done this, I haven't done that, I didn't like this stage or whatever. It's however you shoot that match is indicative of your skill level on that day. The next day you could be 30% better or 30% worse. That's the thing. So how you shoot that day is indicative of how good you are that day. And it's,
this is how
the toughest thing about this sport is not shooting fast, it's not shooting accurate.
Being consistent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the thing is, and I felt like I was happy with my performance actually because I felt like I shot the best that I could that day.
Yeah.
And
that's all you can do.
And so I was like, well, it sucks. Normally I'd be able to win, but whatever.
You just said you didn't shoot as good as you normally do, so now I'm confused.
I said I shot as good as I could in that situation on that day. Not as I normally would. I wasn't shooting normal. Like I said, I didn't have my gun for 2 months, didn't practice, and had a 4-pound trigger compared. I'd been shooting the gun with like a 2-pound trigger before.
All right. We'll send you a participation ribbon.
What was that?
Yeah, no USPSA shooter wants participation ribbon. No one ever wants that. Unless you go and you show up to shoot limited and you cower out and shoot limited 10.
I'm just fucking around.
Which is normally on like 5 shooters in limited 10.
Right.
Have you guys
That's why.
seen that video that's like the 5 types of shooters?
Yes.
And like the one dude comes up and he's called like Mr. like didn't bring anything, and like he walks up, he's like, "Hey, I'm ready to shoot. What? I need a gun." And then they show like everyone goes and they grab all their equipment, holsters and mags and everything, and they get them all set up. And then they start and the thing, shooter ready, and then it beeps. He goes, "What do I do?" And the RO goes, "Go that way." "Okay. What do I do now?"
That's funny.
"Shoot those." "Okay. What do I do now?" "Go over there." "Okay." But the reason I bring that up is there was one Mr. Excuse or whatever, and he walks up and he shoots and he's like, "Oh man, I put a new spring in this gun last night. Oh god, and man, these aren't my normal glasses, and I had a rock in my shoe."
It's a different load or something. Yeah. This excuse.
That's not a valid excuse.
Yeah.
That's
stupid reloads, and then he's like, "Stupid factory ammo."
See, that's the part, like the gear part of it. A lot of people don't realize, like, I mean, you can blame it on gear, like, but technically that is part of the competition. Like, having your gear 100% is also part of being good. So, like, and it is what it is. So, if your guns, if you change something in your gun and then it doesn't work, don't be surprised. And like you go to a match the next day, it's like that's your fault.
Like about 10,
I've done that before. I've learned that lesson the hard way.
Some guys that I shoot with, they've been shooting for about 20 years, some of them. And this one guy is like, they're talking about a guy who no longer, I think he's actually dead now. Anyway, he was talking like, well, I mean, he was a senior. He went and.
That was so savage, man. That was nonchalant. He's like, he's fucking dead. Who gives a shit?
Well, I mean, I haven't met him, but he went and he had an open gun. He changed out all of his springs the night before they drive 12 hours one way for a match. Gets there. I mean, and he's an open gun. So everything has to be tuned. And the thing was, his springs were too powerful. His slide wouldn't do it. His slide would not cycle enough to eject the round. So he was doing fire, and then he'd have to cycle his gun every time. After 3 stages of that, he just packed up one home.
Yeah, that's
like.
I hope idiot should have brought the old springs. See, I always keep everything in my kit, even though I'm like I probably will never use this. It's still in there.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have old slide stops. I have old springs. I keep all that stuff separated, of course. But
yeah, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, doing that, but like a little bit before, like more than that, give more time.
Run
advance,
400 rounds through it.
Right, yeah, like enough to
burn
shoot,
it down.
At least enough to shoot like a local match and 1 or 2 practice sessions. And that way, you know that the gun's running with the the best it can, and it's gonna be 100% reliable. It's like changing your battery before the match in your red dot or whatever. A lot of people do that who are open shooters and all that stuff. Honestly, I just shoot a spring until I can tell it's too light, like until it starts not working.
Yeah, I mean,
people say 5,000 rounds, but I don't know. I mean, springs last a long time. Like it just depends. Each spring is different. That's what's crazy. People buy buy a 15-pound spring. You can buy 10 of them, and they're probably all going to be a little bit different. Some of them noticeably.
What I do is I will, since I have 2 guns, one gets the majority of the trigger pulls, I will move my competition spring to my backup, give my competition gun a new spring.
Mm-hmm.
And then if it breaks, it's my backup. So.
they're opening up a practical shooting class course, whatever it's called. But I don't think I can afford the fucking thing. I don't think I can afford to go ahead with it.
You don't have. I mean, what kind of gun do you have right now? What full size guns do you have?
I only have one gun. I can only own one gun.
Oh,
It's just easy.
well, that'll work. Go shoot production with it. All you need is like 5 mags, 4 mags. Really, you probably get by with 4, but you want 5 or 6.
No, they'll probably loan me some mags from the gun club there. That's not like the problem. The problem is that I'm not sure I can afford the ammo and like paying for the course itself and the membership and all that bullshit. Like, I really want to, but you know, I was sitting with right now I'm getting a lot of help from my parents, and I was sitting in their living room and I'm like, yeah, shit, they open. I was sure it's gonna take a couple more months, because the only gun club that we have around here they compete.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have a range because the old range got closed down, and they had a whole bunch of problems with regulations, you know, like building a new range. Nobody wants to live right next to a fucking shooting range, you know.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Everybody wants to be 10 minutes from the shooting range driving distance, but nobody wants to be fucking next door to it, right? So I mean, like, residential areas. So anyway, fucking I was sitting there. I was like, oh shit, they're gonna start the class soon, the course. My parents were like, you know, you should really like, what will happen if you wait for the next one? I'm like, yeah, I can wait. I really want to do it though. The other thing, I would prefer to do IDPA, but that's not gonna give me everything I want, so that also sucks.
That's a lot lower round count and a lot more rules.
That's not my problem with it. My problem with it is the only way I can get a license, the only way I can get more guns is if I shoot practical shooting, because IDPA just started here. They're not recognized as much, so they don't get licenses for just sport, you know, shooting. So I'll be stuck with one gun forever if I shoot that. So.
Huh. Shoot USPSA if you can. IDPA is the second choice.
Well, for him it would be IPSC.
Yeah, where are you at?
He's Israel.
Oh, you're in Israel? Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Well, they have IPSC, so.
You know, I mean, I'm gonna suck at it. I know I will, because
Everybody does when they first start. Except
no, I'll never be fucking good at it because my eyes are fucked up.
How old are you?
I'm 30. I have a chronic.
Oh, you have an eye condition?
Yeah, fucking eye condition.
That
which,
sucks.
yeah. I mean, I'll take.
Which is also very expensive.
No. I'll shoot with my. Actually, what people do is the way it's set up here is because you can only own one gun theoretically. I mean, practically up to 3 if you're shooting a lot of competition. But what people do is the gun club owns they like buy a gun, but it's registered to their club because the clubs can own as many fucking guns as they want. So
right. That's crazy. I didn't know the gun laws were that strict in Israel.
Yeah, they're very strict. They're getting better, but they're pretty much shit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they do.
Right.
Because I mean, my gun is not a competition gun by any stretch. It's not. I specifically chose it as a carry gun, not.
What CZ is it?
It's a PO1.
The duty one, the polymer one?
No.
No, it's all metal. It's a compact.
Yeah, it's a compact all metal decocker.
14+1. It's basically what I've been waiting for my concealed carry, but it's still not in the country.
How long is the barrel on it?
3.9.
I think 3.9, something like that.
3.9.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you can shoot production with it. Okay, I guess.
Yeah, you could.
It's double action with a decocker. That's the only fucking
Mm-hmm.
But nah, I don't mind. I mean, I really just I'm not planning on being extremely good at it. I just want the practice and I want the other licenses. I want another gun, or 2 guns if I can.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. But it's not gonna. I don't think I can do it without like fucking pissing off my parents. And plus, it's irresponsible when you're taking money from other people, like when you're getting help from other people, to just like spend it on stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
What I might do is, assuming that my financial situation improves, is I'll do it for my I'll buy it or I'll pay for the course as a birthday gift to myself in half a year or so. I mean, and it's not like I haven't been spending money. I mean, I went shooting 3 times in the last month, and that's fucking expensive as hell here. So I was just shooting last week. I'll probably go again. I have to keep shooting. I mean,
How much?
just to-
How much did you shoot when you went? Like over the whole month, how many rounds was it?
last week I shot 150. A couple weeks before that, I shot 150. A couple weeks before that, I shot.
That's expensive over there.
Yeah, that's a good chunk of money. I mean, that's 150 rounds that I shot. Or 300 shekels are what, $80, something like that.
That's $80 for 150 rounds.
Do you reload, or can you reload, or?
Nah, you can't reload. That's why it's so fucking expensive. Because
Why can't you reload? You can't get the components or what?
it's not legal.
It's not legal.
No, it's considered manufacturing ammo. It's not.
He's only allowed to have 50 rounds in his house.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I've been like fucking around with like talking to people regarding that 50 round thing, and it's not really enforced. I can probably like get around it.
Right.
But again, what? So I'll have 100 rounds. I mean, that's not good. The reason the fucking ammo is so expensive is because you're only allowed to have 50 rounds. I can't go to a store and say, okay, give me oh, you're selling ammo for cheap. I'll take 1,000 and walk out the door with it. So
Well, I mean, technically it could. It'd be illegal.
Yeah, so
So they don't know if you're going home with it or if they're going to the range with it.
no, they're gonna be like, yeah, sure, you can have 1,000 rounds. You're gonna shoot them here today, or we're gonna keep them for you, and you can shoot them here tomorrow. They're not gonna let you. They're not gonna give you a fucking box full of ammo to go home with.
That's why they say, yeah, I'm gonna shoot today, and then you go there and shoot like 100 rounds and leave.
Nah,
They
do
probably
that.
give it to you.
They can, you can do that with like 100 rounds probably. You can like buy 50, shoot 20, put 30 in your pocket and walk out, but not
But
1,000.
hey, man, a little bit at a time.
Yeah, well, no.
I don't know how serious it is.
I have a bunch of friends that are competition shooters. I can just like fucking take it from, because nobody's like, if you have a sporting license, if you're a competition shooter, then you can have 1,000. So once it's 1,000, nobody can fucking count. So
Wait, so can they reload if you have a sportsman's license?
Nah, no one can reload. Only if you have a manufacturing license for anything. Nobody reloads in Israel.
How much is a manufacturing license?
It's not. First of all, it's a bunch, and second, it's not. That's not happening ever. Like, if you want to like fucking.
You can actually prove you're a business before they'll give it to you. Is what you're saying?
No, let me tell you. There's one factory in Israel that makes ammo.
Oh wow.
And that's IMI. And IMI doesn't like other people manufacturing ammo. And they have very good connections with the Israeli government. So there used to be 2 factories. They got the competition to basically shut down. Yeah, that's.
So how do people shoot ammo in matches that like is made for their gun, like the open gun and stuff that shoot like out of spec ammo? How do they get it? I mean, did y'all have imported ammo?
I have no idea. No, we have imported ammo. I have no idea. I can ask.
I wonder
I'm
if people.
sure.
I wonder if people
I'm
just
sure
reload.
somebody out there makes
I
ammo.
wonder if they just don't shoot open.
Or I wonder if they just reload illegally and don't care.
No, they shoot. They shoot.
How are they
open.
going to get components?
Another country, you drive to it and then drive back.
Yeah. Are you sure you want to drive into our neighboring countries?
That's a good point. Probably not the best.
Turkey, Jordan, Syria.
I mean, if you're driving into our neighboring countries, you better come in there with ammo.
Yeah.
And body armor.
Yeah, and like a tank and shit. You can get some air support. What the fuck is that? Who's that driving there in the middle of the fucking night? Anyway, no, they shoot open. They have race guns here. They have, I mean...
They must just shoot 9mm minor and just run light springs in their gun and shoot factory ammo.
Unless they shoot 40.
Nah, they shoot mostly 9, like...
Or I bet you they probably shoot 38 Super.
No, they shoot 9. They shoot 9. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they have solutions for it. Once you're like a competitive shooter, life is much easier for you here in that regards, because the national.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm
I was gonna
rambling.
ask, how much does a sportsman's license cost so that you can become a quote unquote
It's not. I mean, it costs what it costs you
Shooter.
to be a member of a club and all that shit, and then you. I mean, the requirement is you have to get the license. You have to shoot competition for 3 years, and you have to shoot at least 5 competitions every year in those 3 years, and 2 of them have to be national competitions. So
Wait, shoot how many competitions in a year?
5,
And 2 of them have to be national?
and 2 of them have to be national.
That's not too bad. I mean it's bad, but it's not like terrible. It's doable.
Yeah, but you know, I asked people how much money they spend to do that,
Probably a
and
lot.
and it's like fucking $2,000 a year. That's what it costs them in training and signing
Yeah.
up for competitions and driving to competitions and all that shit.
That's about what it costs here too.
That's not bad.
People spend a lot more than that here too.
Well, yeah, because you gotta fly or drive to like fucking places which are 12 hours drive away. The furthest I live in, like almost the most northern point in this country, and it wouldn't take me more than 6 hours to drive to the most southern point. So, because it's a tiny country.
Yeah. Last year, whenever I drove to Kentucky, it was 10 hours one way.
And they get their ammo much cheaper, competition shooter, because they can buy 1,000 rounds at once. So they pay like, and their gun clubs give you know, they have discounts and shit. So they probably pay half of what I pay for ammo. So if not less. Yeah, they actually make not bad race guns here. The 1911s in 9mm.
Yeah. Who makes them? What brand are they?
It's called Bull Transmark. They make 1911s.
How do you
They-
spell it?
BUL.
Uh-huh.
No, they also make like lowers for a bunch of American companies that just rebrand them and use them for their guns. I think they
Oh.
used to make them for like Springfield and some other companies.
Wait, I'm going to get out of here. I got to go dry fire and do a few other things.
Lame practice.
I'm done.
Good though. Alright, see you later, man.
Yeah, I think the race gun is called the SAS.
SAS?
Full SAS, yeah. BUL.
So you know, British Special Forces.
I was about to say. Oh yeah, here it is. Racing Master.
No, they're decent guns. Supposed to be. I don't know. I never shot one. No one volunteered to give me their fucking $2,000 race gun to shoot. But
Ask. Like, hey, you mind if I shoot that? I'll pay you like, $10. Let me shoot a mag. That's probably how much the ammo costs. And then just, put it on target and shoot it. It'd be
and
fun.
then all my friends that shoot competition don't shoot race guns though.
So who cares? I ask trainers all the time to let me see their guns. I don't ask them to let me shoot it. But
They're
I
old.
do ask all the time to, like, if I can handle it and look at it and like see how, like, if I see a part on a gun that I'm interested in, like, yo, I want to try that out and see how it feels. I've been thinking about getting one or something like that, or I just wanted always to hold one. And most of them don't care.
They're all judging me at the range because I show up, and first thing I do is like, you know, unload my gun, and I have a round in the chamber, and they're like, oh, you have a round in the chamber. I'm like, yeah, like everybody else outside of Israel. Give it a rest.
Yeah, well, I mean, you carry a gun, so.
Yeah.
Can you carry it in Israel?
Yeah, of course.
Like, in public?
Yeah, if you have a license, sure.
Oh, and it's pretty easy to get the license?
No, it's extremely difficult.
Oh. Do you have it?
I have it, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
If you have a gun license, you have a carry license. It's the same license.
Oh, okay. Not too. I mean, it's not. Probably
No,
better,
it's fucking horrible.
That's better than some. That's better than some U.S. states. So in that sense, as far as getting a carry license.
Yeah, but only like 2% of the population can fucking, or 3% own guns. So.
So have you ever had someone like? Have you ever been dealing with police or whatever, and had to like tell them that you were carrying or whatever, or show them your permit or anything like that?
I only have my private license for like 2 months now, but I used to carry for work. I had a work license, which is a separate thing.
Right.
It's basically a carry permit, and then the company that you work for gives you a gun, like issues you a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I mean, police don't. I think one time a police officer asked me about my gun. I was like, what? Because I was like, I don't carry open. I don't take extreme measures to conceal it because I don't really give a fuck. There's no law about it. So, you know, I'm casually concealing it. If someone sees it or it prints, I don't worry about it too much. But, yeah, he was like, "You have a license?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Like, how stupid did you know? You have to be pretty fucking stupid to think
no.
No, like as a police officer, you'd have to be pretty fucking stupid to think I'm carrying an unlicensed firearm.
Yeah.
I was carrying it in like a outside the waistband service holster, and I had I had like you know, it was a work gun, so I had to have you know, that lanyard that secures the gun to your belt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, like, I don't think many criminals carry an outside the waistband fucking service holster with a lanyard. That's, I think, pretty much only like security people do that. Because I don't like. They gave us a holster that had, you know, like, fuck, I forgot how to speak English. Motherfucker. It had like a retainment, but it was like a clip, you know, like not a clip, like well, whatever, a button or whatever. Anyway, it's shitty. I don't like holsters that close on the gun. I like the gun to be open, so I don't like things between me and the gun.
Oh, it was a fucking snap.
Yeah, I don't like that shit. My mags are in
or like a thumb drive.
Yeah, my mags are in open mag carriers. My gun is in an open holster. I don't like things bothering me when I'm trying to draw a weapon. That's bullshit. My belt retains the gun. That's it. Now I carry fucking inside the waistband, so it's not even an issue anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are way, way, way too concerned about retainment with their, like, a service holster. Yeah, you need it. That's why I used to attach the lanyard instead of, just in case that, you know, you're chasing someone and the fucking gun drops out of your holster and shit like that.
Right, you want to have some kind of retention. It's like one of the race holsters. That's what I was saying earlier about, like, when I was being a range officer, make sure the holsters are locked. Like the race holsters we use in competition, they're pretty light. Once you unlock them, the gun will fall out. If you just jump and twist or something or like that, the gun's going out.
Yeah, those holsters are basically like the fucking G-strings of the holster world.
Oh yeah, but now the locks, like on the good ones, the locks are fantastic. If you have a lock, that gun's not going anywhere. But as soon as you unlock it, I mean, you better be getting ready to take that thing out and hold it, because it's gonna come out you're moving fast.
I don't get the business with this. Speaking of this company of Bull, I don't get like what the fuck they're doing with their life, because they don't have a website, they don't have fucking anything. It's like, and they're still working. They're making guns. I know they're making guns.
Who?
That fucking company that makes those race guns. They make
Bull?
fucking, yeah. And they don't have, like, it's like they're not marketing them anywhere, and yet they exist. They sell them. They make them. I don't know why they're like. They had a whole catastrophe a couple of years ago, when like some people that were working there were making guns without serial numbers and selling them on the black market.
Oops.
Yeah, and shit kind of went downhill for them. They're not bad guns. I never used any of their 1911s, but I used they have CZ clones.
Yep.
Their CZ clones are decent enough guns, like, and they're pretty cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in Israeli standards, you can get a new one for like $600, which is kind of cheap for a new gun in Israel.
So it's a knockoff of a knockoff?
We gotta step
Yeah.
away for a second. I'll be back, guys.
Yeah, it's a knockoff of a knockoff, but it doesn't matter, man. It shoots bullets, and it's reliable, so who gives a shit? It's a service gun. It doesn't matter if it's a knockoff of a knockoff. The only thing that matters is when you press the trigger, does it go boom?
Nah, I'm sitting here holding an Noveski. It absolutely matters if it's a knockoff of a knockoff.
Yeah, Flippy, but you're never gonna shoot anything with your guns except for paper, and the occasional steel.
I don't know. I've had a situation where I had to pull a gun on a dude.
This is tiresome.
Yep.
What's up, man?
Welcome to dealing with Flippy.
Dude,
No,
I'm
because
like-
because Flippy's like very adamant about shit, but then you're like, have you ever shot it? No. Have you ever held it? No. I've seen one.
Wait, what am I adamant about that I haven't shot or held?
CZs, Browning high powers.
Oh, yeah, they're garbage.
Yeah,
If I want a 1911, I'll go buy a 1911.
you're a cunt. Anyway.
To be fair, though, I have held and shot a 1911, so I might as well have shot a Browning or a CZ.
God bless you.
Every day.
How many militaries and law enforcement agencies use a fucking Noveski as their service rifle?
Only the good ones.
Who does that?
I don't know.
I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet like fucking nobody.
Nah, one
No,
day
wait,
when
wait, wait.
I own,
I got this. I got this.
one
The
day
one-
when I own a
The
private
ones
army.
in Beverly Hills, they do.
Do they really? I don't even believe that. My point is, a service rifle needs to be reliable and cheap. Nobody gives a fuck if it's really nice.
I
doesn't
mean,
need to
it's
be.
reliable.
Is it cheap? How much do you
Relatively
pay for
speaking.
your upper, Flippy?
The gun fully assembled is about 2,400.
Cool story, bro. Like, you
So-
can get probably brand new from the factory, like, fucking AR-15 for what? Even a good one. $1,000 would do you? Fine. With government discount?
This is the gun. Here, hold on.
Did he just get it today?
Mm-hmm. My package
all
came
right.
in. There was a
I'm
wizard on the
sorry,
box.
I'm disturbing your honeymoon. Please show us the gun.
Nah, it's all good. But
Also, get a fucking camera so you can show us your gun.
Right.
nah. go to my Instagram if you want to see my guns.
Flippy, you buy everything. Can't you buy a camera?
No.
Jesus Christ.
But then my anonymity will go away.
Has anyone here actually ever seen Flippy?
You're using your actual name on gun channels as your username. You're being anonymous has been out the window for a while.
Nah.
Yeah, how many people in panda suits go to Richie Rich Gun Club anyway? I mean, I'm pretty sure they're pretty fucking conspicuous.
Inconspicuous is a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
You don't know. You'll just go in there and be like, that could just be any other guy. Who knows?
Fucking open carry.
Any other guy named Flippy.
Oh shit! I gotta stop smoking. My chest hurts.
You do. You need to stop.
What are you, a quitter?
No, I don't mean like generally stop smoking. Just right now. Ooh. No, fuck that. I'm not stopping. I can't, like, it's not safe for the general public.
Oh, hell, I just went across the border today and I picked myself up a 1 pound bag of tobacco for $12.50.
What the hell, though?
What?
No, I'm trying to decide if I'm getting a heart attack or just gas or something.
Wow, is Amit gonna die on camera?
Not on camera.
Does that mean Smeggy gets the money?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'm just gonna lie down.
You're an earthquake?
Hey, what's going on, Nash?
Yo.
How is behind enemy lines right now? Things getting better or worse?
It's fucking hot over here, dude.
Well, it's California. Of course it's getting hot. I lived in California at one point, so, you know, I know.
I like it when it's winter.
Yeah. It's a little easier to bear. But the desert gets fucking cold in the winter. What the hell? And yes, the desert does have a winter.
No shit.
You know, there are some people I've run into that don't believe that, you know, it gets cold during the wintertime in the desert.
Oh fuck, it snows in the desert.
You know.
What's up, people?
Hey, it's everyone's favorite TSA official.
Johnny.
How y'all doing?
Good. How about you?
Doing all right. All right. Another day in paradise.
Paradise known as Seattle?
As close as you can get around here.
That ain't paradise.
I was in your state today.
No shit? In my state?
Damn it, the Canadians are invading again. What the hell?
Hey, I didn't even need the passport to get into the States either.
Wait, so does that mean those fucking photos of Bigfoot were true? Like, you sometimes vacation in Seattle?
Yes!
Hey, Darren,
Yo.
what's your handle on gun channels? Was that you last night? I can't think of it. Something Master.
Last Master, yeah, that's me.
Right on. All right.
Who got beer? And then bring them.
Don't drop it.
That's okay. PE just dropped all of his beer.
Yeah, no frig. Showed up at the border crossing at about noon there, and I give the border cross agent my driver's license. He's like, "You don't have a passport?" I'm like, "No." "Oh, you got a birth certificate to prove that this is you?" I'm like, "Yeah." Give the guy my birth certificate. He's like, "Okay." Rolled down your back window, looked inside, seen all my work gear. He's like, "So why don't you have a passport?" I'm like, "Because I live in the northern part of Canada. I don't really have a reason to come down to the States that often." He's like, "That's the worst excuse I've ever heard." But yeah,
why do you carry your birth certificate around?
That's just one thing that we do.
When getting across the border, you gotta have all your ID and all that.
Paperwork and whatnot.
I carry all my ID with me when I'm traveling.
You know what? I might finally be allowed back into Canada.
Maggie, are you here?
No way.
So I need to know why you were banned from Canada?
I can get banned from Canada, one of the nicest countries there is. That's the serious stuff to get banned from Canada.
They got some screwed up laws.
Don't bring illegal firearms and you won't get busted.
Nah, it was nothing like that. It was a stupid teenage thing, and if you get a DUI, you can't go up there within 10 years or whatever.
No.
Oh yeah, you should be cleared by now.
Oh yeah.
Well, that is supposing that Canada has their own, where they seal the records after you turn 18 thing.
Maggie.
No, whatever dumb thing you do as a juvenile gets thrown out once you turn 18.
Oh well, here's
okay. So you do seal the records then.
Well, this was 19, so it's not just on the edge, but I think my 10 years is up, so I could probably go give the Canadians some shit if I wanted to.
If you wanted to, that's the keyword. If
you might want to wait another year or two just in case.
Nah, I'm well past the 10 years. No big deal.
Smeggy, are you here? No? Well, you were wrong about my beer freezing. I think I didn't put all of them in the freezer. Because one of them's like frozen almost solid. All that's in there is the alcohol. Which, I guess I could drink just that if I opened it. That probably wouldn't taste very good.
Never put alcohol in the freezer.
You had a beer explode in the freezer?
No. Oh crap, someone's calling me.
You never put alcohol in the freezer.
No, you
100% put alcohol in the freezer. You don't put beer in the freezer.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, you don't want to freeze beer, or else you get the shits.
Well, I think he was just doing it to get it flash cooled. It's the process.
But then he got flash schooled.
Yeah, no kidding. But it's where you just put something in the freezer for like a short amount of time and then pull it out. It's not frozen, but it's damn cold. I've done that a couple times. It works better with vodka, though. You guys aren't going to argue on the vodka thing?
Yeah.
I said vodka doesn't.
What? I wasn't listening.
Crap anyway, so who cares?
Yeah, you store vodka in the freezer.
Vodka? I throw my Crown in there.
Yeah, my mom.
I missed public competition, so you should not put alcohol in the freezer.
No.
You not put beer in the freezer.
You don't put beer in the freezer.
Oh, only if it's like really pure alcohol, you can put it in the freezer. So I guess it won't freeze, right?
Right, depending on the alcohol, as long
yes,
as
this is just a fat tire. It's just 5.2%. So.
No, yeah, that's definitely a no-go in the freezer.
Weren't you saying earlier that stuff was shit, or at least you didn't like it?
Yeah, it's not my favorite, but I'm gonna finish it.
Did you try that Angry Orchard stuff?
I was going to. They didn't have it.
Mm.
Oh, it tastes even worse with food. God. Oh my gosh. Dang it.
Yeah, you sound like you're going to be an Angry Orchard man.
Well, yeah. I don't like this bitter stuff. Ow. So.
Nothing wrong with Angry Orchard.
Dude, the fucking fitment though is so fucking tight. I love it. There's like no wobble on my upper, like at all.
Wait, you actually got it today?
Yeah, my upper came in today.
Wow.
In like a month, I gotta ship it back up to them and order a barrel and get it finished out.
Did it come with the wizard on the box?
Yes, it did.
That's fucking awesome.
What'd you order?
I ordered some stuff from Noveski. They put a wizard on my box.
You put what in your box?
Wizard.
A wizard.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
Yeah, Flippy knows. Flippy asks these people to draw a nice cartoon wizard on the box, and that way, if they do, he knows they're in good company and they're down to fuck around. If not, he moves on, from what I hear.
So what should I do with this beer? I don't think I'm gonna drink all of it.
Throw it away. Give it to some Mexicans, one or the other.
I just pour it out. Which is kind of depressing. Well, at least I'm gonna drink 3 of them, so at least I drink half of it, I guess. Wasted $5 to try something new.
Yeah, I got to the mail, and this was in my mailbox.
Is Oktoberfest bitter like that, or is it pretty creamy? I mean, people say it says it's creamy, but I don't know. What are you laughing about?
I'm laughing about Robbie in the chat.
Oh god, what is he talking about now? He's probably talking crap about me, isn't he?
He said, "Chug it, you pussy."
That's about right.
Yeah, I can't argue that.
I'm eating spaghetti, so I don't know.
Is that like all you eat?
I like spaghetti, man.
Dude, like the other day, you're like, this beer's great with spaghetti.
Well, this is the leftover from when I ate that spaghetti.
Hey, B.
Mm.
I traded you my cup of noodles for your spaghetti, dog. I've been eating cup of noodles for like 4 weeks already.
Trade what?
He's
cup
eating
of noodles.
A cup of noodles.
No,
and he
heck
wants
no,
to
man. This is Claudia's venison ground meat from Texas deer.
You want to trade?
No. Spaghetti's amazing.
Mr. Nye is just like, please, I have this bag of oranges. Por favor.
Oh, wow, Flippy. Wow.
I could totally bite on that, but I like
I'm
Mr.
gonna
Nye
chug
way
it.
too
Fine,
much.
here we go. I'm gonna chug it.
Don't chug it. You're going to throw up.
You know, but I better not. Will I really? Nah.
Don't be a bitch.
I mean, that's 100% accurate, but you chug that, you're probably going to throw up.
Have you never shotgunned a beer before?
This is how much I have in this bottle right now.
Yeah, you're going to throw up.
Where's your
No,
picture
dude,
at?
he's
Are
only
you
been
showing
drinking
some?
for like a month and a half now. Of course he hasn't shotgunned a beer.
Oh,
Well,
God.
shit, I learned how to shotgun beer when I was freaking 14 years old.
Yeah,
Oh.
who fucking has it? It's called America, but
I don't know if I can just chug it like all.
over
I don't know if I can just like chug it all at one time, but I can drink it pretty quick, I guess.
Listen, don't let these guys like influence you and get you
Nope.
into bad habits.
Nope. Once that
Shit.
bottle goes up, it can't come down until it's
Oh,
empty.
God, it's too bitter to do that. If it was a hard cider, it'd be different. I could probably maybe do that, but God, it's so bitter.
Well, when you youngsters.
Knives, apparently that ramen has taken 15 years off your life, and Robbie says that's a tiny beer.
You didn't see the whole bottle. That was the top of it.
Tell that motherfucker I'm fucking broke like a motherfucker.
Huh?
Tell that motherfucker I'm broke.
What was that mumbling?
That was, I think that was Spanish.
No,
I'm broke.
What
No,
Knives
no.
said is to tell that motherfucker I'm broke.
Like a
Realistic.
motherfucker.
I think
Really,
Darren
really-
was trying to show you how to shotgun your beer.
Yeah,
Really
Darren
trying
just
to-
shotgunned a beer on screen.
I'm really trying
So
not
are
to
you-
say anything racist about that mumbling.
Hey, I was doing a beer. I was drinking a beer while saying those words.
Sorry, I'm sorry, man. I'm just gonna mute myself. Wait.
Oh. And I was like, oh, Fat Tower's so good, Fat Tower's so good. And I try it, I'm like, yeah.
I'm sorry.
All I gotta say though is, are you gonna be outdone by a Canadian who literally just turned on his camera, chugged his beer, and then just went on with his day?
Yeah, we don't know how much he had in there. And he's got a lot more tolerance than I do.
If you want
Robbie's
to
the
try a
reason why
Canadian
Knives.
one, try Kokanee. That's a
And
good
plus,
one.
this isn't even a beer that I like. Come on, man. Like, if I had a cider right now, That'd be a different story.
Ah,
Cider is
cider
not
isn't
beer.
beer.
Woman,
Dude,
it's beer. But
Hey,
hold
it's
up.
the same.
Guys,
I'm a cider guy, so
It's the same alcohol content, though. Why does it matter?
Because it's flavored for like people with
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dude, tell me drink something really bad. Dude, tell me something fast and it tastes bad and like pussy.
Oh,
Yeah, you man
Ballistic,
up and you drink it.
Ballistic, you want us to send you some milkshakes to chug?
Some what?
You say, do you want us to send you some milkshakes to chug?
That sounds delicious, actually. That probably makes it wrong too.
You'll probably get brain freeze.
Fucking hell.
And then
there's nothing wrong with the girly beer, but there's also I like a good heft with a little orange peel to it. That's
See, I want to
never a
get.
bad thing.
I want to get in some more refined stuff. Like, I want to try some bourbon. I've had Evan Williams before. I just tasted it and I actually liked it. So I want to find something like decent, like a bourbon, a whiskey, or a scotch, something like that.
Do yourself a favor and learn to drink it on the rocks and not the mixed drinks.
Drink it on the ice.
Yeah,
I'm
Or is it
still
better?
working.
Is it better if you drink it like on a frozen glass? That way you don't have to worry about it diluting.
Depends
No,
on
the reason you drink it on ice is because you're counting on it to dilute the thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
it depends on the liquor. There's liquors you want room temperature, I think.
Yeah, I've heard one of the guys telling me at work. He's like, "I drink single malt." If I drink scotch, like if it's single malt, he's like, "I just drink it straight." Like, oh, dang.
hey B,
Right. Let's see what I can do.
What, is this beer channels now? Are we all just getting a beer, fucking chugging beer?
get B from 211.
you know what that means?
Is this we're calling out BE chat?
No, we need to get Edge in here, and that way we can have a beer chat. Because Edge on his show, he did a whole show of just about beer instead of guns.
Oh, God, look at it. Here you go.
That'd be
there.
That'd be beer and food.
Chug.
No,
chug,
it was
chug.
literally all beer.
Almost.
It was
all of
literally
it.
all beer.
Oh, so close. You're almost done.
Nah, it was half.
Hold up.
I haven't done that bullshit since I was fucking young and stupid. Why would anyone do that?
Because they're trying to pressure fucking
All right, I'm
listing
out.
expansions into doing stupid things.
Take care, Night Strike.
There's no such thing as being young and stupid. You're always young and stupid.
Here's old and stupid now.
Yeah.
I wish I had a woodchuck right now. That's what I wish I had.
Um,
I should have went when I got home and drank this first one. The first one I should have poured it all out and went back to the store and got woodchuck.
I'm not a competitive drinker. I'm a competitive smoker.
Oh, I'm not gonna touch that crap.
Yeah, I think me
nice.
and you, Amit, kind of go smoke for smoke in these chats.
I don't know. A nice cigar is something great every once in a while.
You want to see something fucked up?
This pouch of tobacco is $30.
Wait, let's watch a minute. Okay. He's smoking through his nose.
Hang on, what's Amit doing there? Do it again.
What?
No, man. That's
What?
bad.
Oh, jeez. That'll clear your sinuses.
Is that what they teach you in the Israeli military?
What
They're
the
like, do you want to learn a
fuck
new
just
trick?
happened?
Actually, yes. The first time I did that shit in a competition, like who can smoke a cigarette the fastest, and then I won. And then we were like, you know what? Let's make it hard. I like smoke it through the nose, and I still won.
I seriously just looked over at my computer, and the first thing I saw was a frickin' cigarette hanging out a nose. I'm like, what has this chat turned into?
I know people. I know people who have done that after dental surgery and whatnot.
Smeggy, my beer.
Dude,
because they tell you not to smoke, but they're like, "Oh, I'll take it in the nose."
Listen, I'm fucking white trashing it here, smoking cigarettes through my nose, drinking the beer on a fucking fishing chair on my porch.
Maggie, my beer froze solid, you bastard. Only one of them, though. I put only one
I
in.
got my fucking fishing chair.
Nice.
Well, you shouldn't have left it in all day, Ballistic. Jeez, I told you not to leave it in too long.
It's only like 3 hours. 2
Yeah,
hours.
that's what she said.
Beer shouldn't freeze in 3 hours. That's ridiculous.
Hashtag pickling.
I've left it in overnight and not had a
so it wasn't
problem.
that long, no. But I did leave one in for like 30, 45 minutes, and it was perfect. Like, I have a little bit of
You
ice.
should only leave beer in the freezer for a top of 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
'Cause what happens is that beer, something in beer, when it freezes, it turns into like a laxative.
a laxative.
Oh, you've never had frozen beer shits? Oh.
This
Oh,
young,
God, I'm not gonna
this
do one
young
that's
man
frozen.
just recently started drinking like a week ago.
That's what
So we're
BE
trying
goes,
to
alright, this shit's getting
teach
dumped
him.
right the fuck now.
For real, I'm glad you told me that because the frozen one, I was sitting here letting it de-thaw. My friend de-thaws, I'll drink it. Not anymore.
The guy was like, well balanced young man, competitive shooter, and then he came here, and then like, because of you guys, he's gonna be like smoking crack in a year.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, well.
I mean,
you know.
one day we'll get VE to be doing cocaine and banging hookers and, being cool.
Yeah, I guess that's what you call cool, whatever. Not yet, no, his
No.
Instagram page.
He's high on Jesus. He doesn't need that.
Flippy, you got a freaking Zenith?
Yeah.
What the heck, man? I didn't know that. It's awesome.
Yeah. I bought a Zenith after fucking Brandon bought a Zenith after I made fun of Brandon for having a Zenith.
There's another one that I forgot the message about. He said because he was talking to one of the HK guys who shoots for HK, and he was asking about it, and he's like, "That's the one to get." He said that is Zenith, or either there's one more. I forget who. Atlantic Firearms was selling it, but he couldn't remember the name of it. He bought one, and he couldn't remember the freaking name of it.
Oh, the POF or whatever? The
No, it wasn't that one. Because he said that with my name. He's like, it's not a POF, and it's not the Zenith. It's something else.
Oh, okay, I know. No, it's a company that builds parts kits. That's like in Utah. It's right next to fucking Dead Horse.
But I guess he bought it as a complete gun, right?
Yeah, basically that company builds out parts kits and then sells them as complete guns.
Oh, that's cool. I
They
guess.
specialize in like MP5s and that shit.
What's funny is whenever Eric, the guy I was talking to, his name Eric, he got to see him make. He got to go somewhere to some kind of tour where they were making MP5 receivers or whatever, or like it was one of the clones or whatever. And it's like, it's ridiculous, man. They just took that thing, put a sheet of metal in there, stamp their side, and they just weld it together. Boom, $1,700. I was like, yep, supply and demand. So,
I mean, you can build them all day long if you just have the basic knowledge of welding and of like a fucking press. That's all you need.
yeah,
It's a press and a welder. But fuck that. I'd rather just pay Zenith like fucking $1,600 to just give me a gun that works.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I want. I want to get one of the Zeniths. I want to get one with the stock on it. I want a short barrel. Or I'll put a brace on it or something.
Which one? They have like 3.
I don't know. I couldn't decide. I couldn't decide between the really short one or like the mid range, the 8.5. Well, there's 8.5 and there's like the 5 or something.
There's the MP5, which I think is an 8-inch barrel. Then there's the MP5 P,
or P, something like that.
yeah, which is the one with the thread protector that has
Well,
ability
both
to put a
threaded.
silencer on it. And then there's the MP5K that they said, or the M5. The fuck is it? Z5. Yeah, Z5K is the one that has like doesn't have the tri-lug thing.
Yeah, see, I want the tri-lug thing. I definitely won't get the Z5K. It'll either be the Z5P or either I'd want to get the Z5 RS. RS is a longer barrel.
Those Turkish, they don't give a shit about like fucking copying crap, huh?
Oh no, they 100% are all about fucking copying shit.
They bought the rights from HK or something. I mean, it's not like they just.
Yeah, they did that a while ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I've heard about Zenith. Like they're the same. I don't know if it's the same tooling necessarily, but it's like the same pattern or whatever. I forget.
No,
But
it's the same tooling. It's all the same stuff,
Yeah.
basically.
So it's pretty much like you're buying an HK.
Only it's made by terrorists. So.
Right.
Yeah. No, well, they're not terrorists. They're the ones who support
they're not.
terrorists with money.
Yes. I mean, didn't Matt go to their company in Turkey and do a tour?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And they went.
was-
Then they went to the Military Arms Museum, and there's just like, this is a gun we stole and copied and made like for our troops until we stole this design and copied it and made this gun for our troops.
That's funny.
Oh shit! I just looked on the Noveski site, and that upper I bought, they're completely sold out. They had like some yesterday, but now they're sold out today.
They're like one of the only militaries in the world, I think, that still uses 7.62 NATO as their
I think
primary.
I'm gonna drink this third beer and then pour out the other three.
What, you're pouring the beer
That's
out now?
alcohol abuse, dude. No, you don't pour that out.
I can't drink this crap, dude.
The flat scared the shit out of him, dude. He's like, I can't drink this. He'll give me the shits.
Well, only one of them was frozen, so I really don't have to pour out one. The other two, I guess I could drink, but I can't drink this stuff fast. Like, I gotta sip it. I can sip it and drink it, but
Just put it in your fucking cupboard or something and
Are you
wait
gonna
until...
tell him to boof it?
No, dude. Wait until you have some friends over. Maybe someone likes it. Why throw it away?
yeah, because I don't want my parents to see it. Maybe.
Fucking, how old are you?
He's 21.
Obviously, I'm legal to drink, but I also still live at home underneath my parents' house and their rules. So
And what, they don't drink?
no, not at all.
Mm,
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
see.
It sounds like you need to get the funnel out.
just bear it and get the funnel out and deal with it.
Nah, I mean just boof it and just like be done with it.
Hey, at least you're starting your drinking career with beers. I started mine with fucking vodka.
Ugh.
Yeah, I can't drink vodka anymore.
Mine
There
started
was
with
an incident.
malt liquor and whiskey.
There was an incident. We threw up. The dog ate it. Yeah.
See, the first taste of alcohol I
Dog
ever
got
had.
drunk.
The first taste of alcohol I ever had was when I was eating supper with it was after a jazz concert. This was when I was playing in a jazz band. And we were at this little bar grill place after the concert. And it was me and my friend. We were waiting on the rest of the people to show up. And he got like some kind of I think he got Reds or Johnny Appleseed. What's it called? Johnny Johnny Appleseed. Maybe that's the name of it. The cider. I forget what it was called. Anyway, some kind of cider. I'm like, and it's like apple cider. So I've always liked apple flavored stuff. So it's like, let me try it. So I just took my straw and dipped it down into the drink and like held the top of it, so that it would hold the liquid in the straw. And that's all I drank. So yeah. I was like, it's pretty good. And that was like 2 years ago. And then I didn't drink or anything for a while at all. And then I got some Evan Williams bourbon one time because my mom got it to cook with, and like I took a swig of it. I'm like, it's not bad. And I didn't have my first beer until like a month or two before I turned 21 at my friend's house. I had two of them actually. I had one on Friday night and one Saturday by the pool. We were just hanging out.
First time that I got drunk, really drunk, I went to a friend's house, and my mom was like, "Oh, where are you going?" I'm like, I was like 16.
Oh, God.
I'm going to a friend's house. We're gonna like, grill some meat and like have fun and shit. And she's like, "You want to take something with you? Don't want to go empty-handed." I'm like, "Well, can I have that bottle of vodka?" My mom's like, "Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Just like, don't get out of the house when you're drunk, like out of your friend's house." I'm like, "All right."
Oh my God.
The drinking age here is 18, so
Oh.
I was like 16. It was fine. We got drunk, and then and we were all like fucking drunk out of our fucking minds there, because it was the first time we drank, and the vodka like fucked us up and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And we're like all laying around there, and this guy, his parents came from Russia to Israel, so his dad shows up, and like looks through the window into his room. He's like, "Anyone has cigarettes?" And we're like, "No, we have vodka." He's like, "Fuck that, I have vodka. You don't have any cigarettes?" We're like, "No, we don't smoke." He's like, "You're 16, you don't smoke? What the fuck is wrong with you?"
What kind of pussy shit is this?
Yeah, he got cancer and died.
That was depressing really fast.
Yeah, that fucking showed him calling us pussies.
Man, I think I did more drinking and whatnot before the age of 21 than I have in all my time after the age of 21.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really have like a crazy attraction to it, and I still don't. Like, I mean, I was like, it's not a big deal to me. Like, so.
From the age of 18 to about the age of 26 was a bit of a blur for me.
It was a bit of a blur.
Yeah, for me, from about 14, 15 on to 21 was a little bit of a blur, but
I did my worst drinking in the army, like on the weekends.
I can imagine.
I got into my only bar fight.
Would you bite him on the nose?
Nah, I had butted him. Grabbed him by the ears.
But that made the hangover feel a lot better the next day, huh?
Actually, you know what? That guy was a fucking pussy. Because he punched me straight in the face like twice. And I woke up the next day. Well, I woke up fucking in the evening.
18 hours later.
Yeah, something like that. I was fucking fine, man. Like,
slept through it.
Yeah, he didn't have very good technique. I think he was drunk out of his fucking mind.
He was probably drunk. So
yeah, he hit me here. You don't hit people here. That's bullshit.
Oh, in the forehead?
That's the hardest part of your head.
Hardest part of your head.
He was fucking drunk out of his mind. And he
probably thought he was hitting you like a
the best part was after everything was over, like the bouncer kicked me out, and I was lucky the bouncer was like friendly with us because we used to sit there all the time. So the bouncer kicked me out and shit, and my friend was passed out at the table. And after we got out and everything, he woke up and he was like alone at the table. So it was winter. He was wearing like a coat. So he got up. He's like, "Oh shit, everyone left. So I guess I have to pay the bill for everyone."
Oh god.
So he got up and like reached into his pocket to get his fucking wallet. And they thought he was gonna shoot up the place, so all the waitresses like jumped behind the bar and shit. Yeah, it was a good night. And then he got out. He was fucking drunk. I was already like fine. Like after waking up, after all the fucking, getting punched in the face and shit. And he was like, who are you fighting with? I'm gonna fucking kill him. I'm like, look, man, he's gone. Let's just go. And he wouldn't go, so we put him on the back seat of the car, and we were all drunk. Put him in the back seat of the car, and two of us sat on him because he was a big guy and he was like pissed off that he was asleep while we were fighting people. So we sat on him. We drove him home. We roll up to his house. We like open, and he's like fucking trying to get out and shit. We're sitting on top of him. We opened the door, he got out of the car, and he started like punching random shit, like punching fucking like street lights and shit. And fucking two police detectives like stop their car next to us. They come out, all the police detectives in Israel all look the same. They're all fucking bald dudes. They're all dressed the same. They all talk the same. And they get out of their car, those old fucking police lights, like the mag lights?
Mm-hmm.
Big black ass ones.
Yeah.
So they both pull out with like their fucking flashlights. There's like street lights. They don't need a flashlight, right?
It's for beating people. It ain't for
lights. Yeah, and they're like, "What's up?" We're like, "Oh no, he's just drunk. We're trying to get him home." And his fucking brother, who's 2 years younger than us, is like rolling on the floor laughing at his idiot brother who's punching like street lights and shit. And these two detectives are like, "Oh, he's your friend?" We're like, "Yeah, we're just trying to put him inside." They're like, "You want us to beat him with the lights so it's easier?" I'm like, no, sir, that's fine. Just get in your car.
Yes. 100% officer, yes.
We're just like, no, just get in your car. And no, dude, if they tried to beat him with their flashlights, he would have fucking ended up in prison for assaulting a police officer.
Yeah.
No, he's no joke, that fucker. He's not my friend anymore because he kind of did some shitty stuff afterwards, but he was a crazy motherfucker. I broke his nose once. Yeah.
Some A-class friends you had there.
I got a good drunk cop story, but that might be an after-hours thing.
After off air.
What, did you like pee on a cop or try to put it in one?
No, it wasn't nothing like that. No.
Okay, because then you're like, this might just be an
Why do you? I'm not
thing.
go to something sexual.
So I'm like,
police officers, Flippy. Are you like inflecting on your own self?
nah,
or
just
something, or-
typically after hour stuff is either insanely racist or insanely sexual.
It's either that or stuff that some of us don't want to cop to on live air.
No, I say insanely
Okay.
racist stuff all the time on the early chat because I'm never on late chat.
Yeah, but you're also a Jew, so it's okay.
And you're also
Yeah,
out
I
of
only,
country.
I only say insanely racist stuff about.
You're the new song guy.
It's not like I didn't get caught. I got caught, and I paid my debt to society for it. But all right, well,
So-
fuck it, whatever.
Fuck it, we're doing it live.
Fuck it, college. Buddy went to college. I'm probably 18 years old. He went to college, across the mountains from us. So it's basically 2 states. But so we go over there and like 3 caravan deep, just to freaking party for the weekend and whatnot. And we're out. I want to say this was a Long Island iced tea night. We were drinking half a gallon, and we were drinking it like it was freaking water. And we went to an off-campus party, and of course my dumb ass, I drove, and I had a little small pickup truck, and a few of us went in there, and then once the party wrapped up, everybody who was going back to my buddy's dorm, they were like, well, fuck, you're just gonna drive and make us walk, and I'm like, I got room for 2 of you guys. Other than that, I have a truck with a tonneau cover on it. How many of you guys want to fit underneath there? And there was one kid who jumped underneath there. And anyways, a little bit later, I was driving in front of the school and got pulled over in one of them school zones where they lower the speed limit just to catch you. And so I'm already in the back of the cop car at this point in time because I refused to do I refused to blow and do their field sobriety test, and I'm off on my way to jail, and I hear this.
If you agreed to blow, he'd probably let you off.
Yeah, see, I told you, sexual.
All right, so I was already in the back of the cop car on my way to be processed, and the cop, he was actually a cool cop. He gets a call from one of his buddies who was there with the tow truck and, cleaning up there was nothing to clean up, but handling all my buddies who were there and whatnot. And he just started cracking up laughing. He said, "Did you have somebody in the back of your truck?" And I'm like, wait. Yeah, there was a guy back there. And he's like, well, he stayed completely quiet until that thing was loaded up on the tow truck. And then he stuck his fingers out of the tonneau cover and started waving, saying, hey, I'm in here.
I missed part of that, but it's not like you got pulled over and you had someone in the bed of your truck.
Back of my truck under a tonneau cover, and he stayed quiet throughout the whole situation, and he didn't make his presence known until my truck was being loaded up on the tow truck. And I guess all the cops just had to just start cracking up.
So what we know about Too Hottie is he's banned from Canada for a DUI.
I'm not banned from Canada anymore. Hey, we all make stupid choices in our team.
And now this truck story.
Well, that's the DUI.
Oh, that was in Canada?
No, for us down here in Washington, if you get a DUI in Washington, you cannot go over, you cannot drive into Canada for whatever stupid reasons.
So this is the same incident.
Yeah, it's all the same. When I fuck up usually once, and it's a really good fuck up.
They never got me for DUI. One time we were driving back from some place. Also, when we were in the army, we were like driving. It was so heavy. Like the fog was so heavy. Sometimes there's really really heavy fog in Israel. The fog was so heavy that you can like fucking see like 5 feet in front of the car. So you're driving like fucking like 5 miles an hour. And we're all drunk out of our minds in the car. All of us. Like, to the point we got to the car, it's like, who's driving? We're like looking at each other, it's like, doesn't fucking matter. We're all fucking drunk. We just gotta make it home somehow. So and there was a police like checkpoint. We stopped. Police officer comes to the window. We roll down the window, and it's different from U.S. cops. They're like, he's like, hey, what's up, brothers? And we're like, yeah, what's up, bro? He's like, had drink anything? We're like, we had a couple of beers, like 20. So, so he says, yeah, I'm gonna get the breathalyzer test. So he goes to get and it's a kid, right? So and there's like a line of cars there that they're fucking like all these people are like fucking not going home today because they got them for DUI. Like 10 or 15 cars, and he comes back to the car. He's like, yeah, we are out of kits, so consider this a very lucky day for you and just get the fuck out of my eyes. Like, all right. And continue to drive home slowly. But I don't do that shit anymore. I don't drive under the influence anymore. It's too fucking dangerous. Like, think about it. You're carrying a gun, right? For like the off chance, like the 1 in 100,000 chance that you're going to get mugged or some shit like that, and then you go into your car and you drive under the influence, which is insanely dangerous. Yeah, I mean, you're far more likely to kill yourself DUIing than fucking get killed in the street by some fucking idiot. So I don't. Like, I'll have a beer and drive, but I'm not gonna have like 6 beers and drive.
Drinking and driving is stupid.
One beer is where I draw my limit. Because I drink, like I said, women beer, girly beer, and
that's probably what I would say too.
Not even gonna put me. There's no way it'll put me even close to the limit. So
that's probably what I would say too. Is just 1, and I probably could do 2. It's still, you don't know like where you're gonna be at if you have to get pulled over and blow on a breathalyzer,
Ballistic. At your point in your career as a drinking person, I assure you, 1 beer, you're not qualified to drink, to drive.
No, one doesn't really affect me at all.
Have you ever drunk yourself unconscious or vomited yet?
No.
Yeah, you don't know your limits. Fuck you. I'm sorry, you don't.
Oh, you haven't even drank to the point of vomiting?
Yeah, he's a boy.
Yeah, you got.
You learn to drink responsibly after you almost kill yourself drinking. Then you like, all right, I know what the fuck my limit is. I'm not gonna do this shit anymore.
That's what makes us drink responsibly.
And then you do it like 3-4 more times because you're 21 and you're dumb. and then you get older and slightly wiser. But
well, I don't think I'm gonna do that at all because I don't want to have to deal with the after effects of that. So
nah, you're down that road, man. Drinking behind
definitely not.
Drinking behind your parents' back, stashing beers.
I'm not stashing anything. It comes home and then it gets consumed and then it goes in the garbage.
Fuck, I'm just busting your balls. I miss busting the balls of like fucking kids your age. It's fucking hilarious. That's one of the only things I miss like routinely about being in the military is that you get to like fuck around.
I'll tell you what though, I had one incident in which I just drank until I don't even remember.
Mm-hmm.
Got insanely sick. I was like, I think I'm actually going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, nothing. Like literally, that just went away forever. I can drink however much I want now, and like I will not get a hangover. I have no after effects.
Really? What if you drink like a bottle of scotch?
Dude, at one point I did like it was either 12 or 13. I lost count. Fucking Irish car bombs like in a row.
Mm-hmm.
That's dangerous.
Not get sick.
That's
in
dangerous
the
though. You
sinus.
don't have anything to like test anything by, so you're not getting sick. Like, oh yeah, I'm fine, and that's when you get alcohol poisoning and like serious stuff goes wrong.
Nah,
No,
I'm not
you
gonna get
just
alcohol
vomit.
poisoning.
If you get alcohol
Yeah,
poisoning,
that's the thing. You just throw it up, and then after that, you're good.
Only pussies get alcohol poisoning.
I got last time that I got fucking really hammered. Well, no, I got fucking hammered at my wedding. I had 30 shots, but and the time before that, they stopped counting at 28, and then they had to like fucking use an X to get me out of where I got stuck. But the problem is, with me, every time something like that happens, like it happened once with vodka, once with whiskey, once with arak in my wedding, and then I can't drink that shit anymore. Like now when someone like gives me vodka, I can do one shot of vodka, and I can barely hold it down, because when I drink it, I remember those times, you know? And I'm like, my body just is like, no, fuck you, you fucking idiot. You don't do that anymore.
I'm not gonna let you kill me.
That is me in tequila. Yeah, I don't do tequila.
You guys sound like a bunch of little girls.
Dude. Yeah, pretty much.
I'm a little girl. I drank 30 shots of whiskey and got stuck in a place that they needed an axe to get me out of. Let me just go and give my man card back.
Wait, they need.
What happened? Did they like board you up in a wall? Were they like, yo, we're headed out, admit where you're at?
This is a casual night of drinking for me.
Well, some of us are not like mustached old Canadian guys.
I'm 31.
Jesus, what happened to you, man?
Did you not see the bottle?
I also roll my own damn tobacco.
No.
I do that too. I roll my own smokes.
What happened is, Flippy, I had this dude that we were drinking. It's the same friend that was like that the cops wanted to beat up. He had like a picnic table in his backyard, like one of the ones that have like benches, you know, attached to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I passed out and fell between the benches and the table. And because I was unconscious, they couldn't drag me out of there. And he was kind of high on like weed and shit. So he was like, fuck it, we can't drag him out. I'm getting my axe. And then he just fucking broke his fucking table. And dragged me out. And then in the morning I woke up. And I'm like, you know, I'm like slipping. I wake up in my own vomit, right, on his couch. And yeah, it happens, man. And he's like, the first thing he tells me is like, you owe me a couch. I'm like, okay, dude. And he's like, and a trash can. I'm like, okay, dude.
And a picnic table.
Yeah, and a picnic table. And I'm like, what the fuck? What happened with the picnic table?
That's what, like, you just realized that you're like, what did I do to that picnic table?
That's real comforting, knowing that that you were passed out and the drunk guy was using an axe, cutting a picnic table open again, right
Did you
beside
have
you.
like a dream, like a nightmare that you were a tree and you were being like chopped down?
Dude, I did not even remember going out to the yard. The last thing I remember is the last thing I remember from that night. Okay, what happened? It was like during Passover, right? The holiday, the Jewish holiday. And I drank like a bunch of wine and cognac at my parents' house. And then there was some argument because I was already drunk. And then I drove drunk to my friend's house. And then I drank another like 28 shots of Red Label or some garbage whiskey like that. And the last thing I remember is saying, I can drink 30 of these. I can't drink 30 of those. Nah. It was good times though. It was fucking, because stupid shit happened all the time.
Hey, is marijuana legal over there?
Mm-mm.
No?
No, not yet. They're working on it.
Are they?
Yeah. No.
I always hear studies that come out of Israel about the medical effects of marijuana, I think.
Oh, there's medical marijuana, definitely, but not like a lot of people smoke weed here, but it's not legal. It's just one of those dumb things. that same friend got arrested for like possession and shit. He was fun to hang out with. It's a shame he got to be a jerk.
And what do they do to you over there for being arrested for marijuana?
What, for possession?
Yeah, what's your punishment over there?
Nah, they held him for the night, and like in the morning they were like, he's such an asshole. They held him for the night, you know, like they were like, who's your dealer and shit like that. And he's like, I'm not telling you who's my fucking dealer. What do you think, I'm stupid? So in the morning they were like,
I'm not gonna be dead tomorrow.
No, it wasn't even, it was like, he was like really a smidgen over the amount you need to be charged with possession, right? He was like, they arrested him for possession, like for possession with intent to deal, because he had like 1 gram more than for regular possession, right? And it wasn't even all his. It was like half of it was his mother's, but he didn't want them to like bother his mom, so he was like, yeah, it's all mine. So because they came into the fucking house, the fuckers. So and they took him to the station. They were like, who's your dealer? He's like, I'm not gonna tell you who's my dealer, fuck you. So they're like, alright, think about it during the night in the fucking cell with like all these fucking rapists and fucking assholes. I was like, alright, I'm not afraid of them. They put him in the cell. In the morning they took him out. He's like, you ready to tell us who's your dealer? He's like, no, I'm not telling you shit. He spent 6 months in military prison, so he wasn't like going to get scared by that shit. So they were like, all right, fuck it, just go. And the last thing he said, well, according to him, I don't know if it's true, but I believe him. He wasn't a liar. He was like a jerk, but he wasn't a liar. The last thing he was like, when they told him you can go, he was like, all right, can I have my weed back though? Good guy. The only reason I'm not his friend anymore is that he he got a new girlfriend and shit, and he stopped answering calls, and I was trying to invite him to my wedding, and he just wouldn't pick up the phone, and I got pissed off because I called him like 60 times. But I guess he was busy, like
hitting the bong.
Yeah, hitting the bong and like banging his new girlfriend. So. But, I have my limits. Like, if you're not going to answer my phone, like my call after 60 times as I call you and send you text messages like, are you coming to my wedding or not? I'm not doing that shit anymore. So.
Yeah, I'm not even that nice. Hang on.
I was trying to be extra nice to him because he was really a good friend. Like, just all these stories, He's like a friend from, like, fucking 7th grade, but...
Right. Yeah, I've actually booted a lot of old friends, who I knew from growing up, just because it's like, dude, I mean, what is the point if I call you 3 or 4 times and I actually need you or want to go do something and you never call me back? So I'll just fucking delete them. Yeah, I've done that to quite a few in the past few months. That I'm just like, whatever. They still got my number.
No, I mean, if he calls me, needs something, I'll help just because, but we were 5, like, best friends, And I'm in very good relations with the other 3. One of them is in New York now. He's gonna move to Texas soon. And the other 2 are still in Israel. But I can't do it. I can't have someone that doesn't fucking pick up the phone when I call him 60 times. And that's not just a number I came up with. That's the actual number of phone calls. Because I kept saying I'm going to call him one more time, give him another chance. In the end, I got fed up with it. But fuck it.
Yeah, for me, when it comes to a certain point like that, I just let go. If they ever want to, world's around for a reason. If they ever want to come back in the circle again, that's different. But
Yeah, it's just all that crazy shit that we did together. Like that's not even like those aren't even old stories. Like the craziest fucking shit when we were in the army and we like all five of us ended up uh, being in tank units, in various tank units. Like four of us were in one brigade and this dude was in another one. And every weekend we would go home and get fucking wasted and do stupid shit. And then his father got sick, and died. And I spent like, I went to college. I went to university at the time, and I would go every day. I would come back after his father died. Every day I would come back from university, and I would sit at his place until 2, 3 in the morning, and just like keep him company and shit. And then his mother got sick, and I came to the funeral when she died. Like he has a pretty rough life, right? Because both his parents died in 2 years. But the least he could do is fucking come to my wedding when I invite. But we just did we did some fucking stupid things.
Dude, I had no friends at my wedding. I barely had any family at my wedding. It was literally just my wife did not want a big wedding, so I'm like, alright, whatever. We'll just do a small thing at like my house.
My wedding wasn't big in Israeli.
I think big weddings are way overrated.
No, I don't like big weddings. I invited. We had less than 200 people, which is considered quite small in Israel. And most of them weren't people that I invited. Most of them were family. Like I invited maybe 12, 15 people.
So what do all my U.S. guys think? That's a pretty big wedding here, right?
I mean, there were less than 10 people at my wedding, so that was also counting my wife and I.
That's not what you call wedding guests. That's what you call witnesses.
Yeah.
A big wedding in Israel is like 4, 5, 800 people.
Ooh, wow. That's really big. I would say here, like, big is considered like
150 at my wedding.
I'd say 200, 250 is probably where you start getting like the quote unquote big weddings here. Anything under that's normal. Like 100, 150, 200, it's about the normal wedding.
It's a different culture, I guess.
Yeah, and it depends on probably what parts of the U.S. you're in too. Like in the South, everybody knows everybody, and like everybody invites like their cousins,
Well, that's very true. I mean, if you live out in the country, well, like you said, everybody knows everybody, and basically the whole town is invited.
Yeah.
No, and plus, again, the distance thing. You have to remember, like, anyone I invite that lives in Israel can get to the wedding driving his car, usually less than 4 hours. So.
It's a long ways.
Yeah, but they don't need to fly anywhere or shit like that.
That's not a long ways when you're going to a buddy's wedding, dude. That's if you can drive there. I mean, that's close in my opinion.
Jackals. Can you hear these fucking jackals?
See, I don't think I would go to a wedding that far away unless I was either in the wedding or someone really close to me.
The furthest drove to my wedding was 12 hours.
Oof. It's bothering me. Shut up.
I've driven 24 hours for a friend's wedding.
Good friend.
In 24 hours, you can drive the length of Israel 5 times.
It wasn't 24, it was 18, so it was 1,200 miles in 18 hours.
Alright, I'll go out and get some fucking dinner.
Good, then I won't have to hear you talk anymore? Right on.
Switch this off.
Oh, I got a class in the morning.
So you don't get to see me in my bedroom.
No, we don't want to see you with your clothes off. Why did you even ask?
Nah. No, I switched to my bedroom. Oh, shit.
Well, this is a good deal on this gun. Dang, I wish I would have found this back when I was looking for one.
Oh, went to OMAC there today, and just for shits and giggles, went to some of the sporting goods stores there. Oh my god.
Where at?
OMAC?
Oh, in America?
Yeah. And oh my god, there's like a little Derringer or a little Saturday Night Special snub nose, for like $400. I was like, oh, I so want it, but I can't get it.
That's funny.
And like 12 gauge shotguns for like $2.99.
This is why you need to move to America.
Ugh.
Just move across the border, then you can always go back across this.
I like my health care.
Well, do you have health problems?
No.
In the morning? What the heck?
With your health care, how long do you got to wait to actually get what you need? Is that actually a thing there? Since there's so many people on the healthcare system and it's so run by the government?
Well, let's see here. I had a scare there about 3 months ago. I thought I was having a heart attack. I just ended up being constipated, but went to the hospital and they got me a room right away.
Okay, what about for more of the outpatient sort of stuff? Do they throw all those people to the back of the line and say, oh, they can wait because Darren came in today and had some actually had a real emergency?
Well, if you're sick, like a flu or something, yeah, you're at the end of the line. But if you have a broken bone or something serious, you jump right to the front of the line.
Right, because they can't let somebody who's in an actual emergent situation just sit there and suffer.
Yeah,
I get it. Yeah, I've heard mixed things about the Canadian system. You know, if you need, I've heard the one thing I hang on to is if
it depends on where you live. If you live in a major city, you're going to be waiting longer. But if you live in a smaller community that has a fairly large hospital, you don't have to wait.
Here's my thing. You know, growing up there playing hockey all the time, we were always like, you know, if you get hurt, you don't want to go into the Canadian medical system if you can avoid it. You want to get home and see your U.S. docs. I don't know if that's still a thing or if that was just back in the 90s or whatnot.
Yeah, I don't know. It's always I've never had any bad luck. Like usually, like when I went to the hospital there, they admitted me right away. They got me X-rays right away, and this was like 4 o'clock in the morning. Like I've never had to wait. Even if I went to my family doctor to get X-rays or something, he'd say, "Okay, well here's your X-ray referral. Go down to the hospital, get some X-rays. Go down, drive by 2 minutes to the hospital, wait probably 5 minutes in the X-ray line, get my X-rays, and walk out."
All right, so what if you have a situation where your doctor says, you know, we think a back surgery might help you? Is there a lot of hoops or back or neck or whatever? Is there a lot of hoops to jump through and a waiting period and all that in order to get that done?
Well, I've never had to do that, but my dad, he busted up his leg pretty good there, tore a bunch of tendons out of his leg, and probably, I think he had 4 operations in 4 years. And they, like, his first surgery, I think, was within 2 months. Actually, no, it was like a week. It was like, he tore his tendon. He finished his 2 weeks worth of work, and then he came home. And then 2 days after he was home, he went in for his first surgery.
I might be thinking of the more elective stuff like I don't know. I'm in a situation where I have a doctor who says, yeah, you could probably use surgery, but it's the 50-50 thing. And
well, if you don't need the surgery, the doctor's not gonna he's not gonna request surgery. But if you do need surgery, yeah, you'll get it in probably weeks.
that's better than what I have heard.
And you don't have to pay no 100 grand for surgery. Yeah, there's no cash involved when you go see the doctor. Yeah, like the only thing that they might charge you for is maybe a cast. You can rent crutches. Yeah. The only thing that our medical doesn't cover is optometry and dental.
Okay. Dental. So do you guys pay out of pocket for dental? Is that how that goes?
You could pay out of pocket, but if you got like an added if you pay out of pocket for Blue Cross, you're $50 a month or whatever for Blue Cross, then you're covered under the Blue Cross agreement. So you only have to pay a percentage or nothing.
Okay, I gotcha.
My union pays for all my dental and stuff like that.
That's a big difference. If you're working for a company who does pay for that extra coverage.
Like even when I worked at the tire shop, they paid for my optometry and they paid all my medical, optometry and dental. And I think they covered like 80% of the cost on everything. I had.
Can't ask for much more.
Even 3 years ago there, I had 3 root canals and had to get a cap put on my tooth. I didn't have to pay a dime. And if I did, it would cost me $3,200, I believe.
Yeah, I'm in a spot right now where I pay out of pocket everything for dental and vision and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So when is Obamacare going to become as effective as your guys' system?
That'll probably never happen.
Well, was your system ever so wrapped up in all the insurance companies?
Well, the province of BC, what they do is each person in BC pays, I think it's like $50 a month for the healthcare. And you might not need to use it, but it's kind of like it's put off to the side until you do need to use it, which is kind of nice.
What about medications for you guys? How do they handle those?
Medication, unless you have benefits, you got to pay the full price on that.
Full boat. What the manufacturer charges?
Well, whatever Shoppers Drugstore wants to charge, whatever Costco wants to charge, that's what you pay.
See you guys later. I'm headed out. Not back. I don't know.
Take care.
Take care, guys. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, for my Nexium, my heartburn medication. If I didn't have health care, I I think I'd be paying $220 a month for that.
Oh, well, here I think that thing would probably, if you're paying out of pocket, it would be like a $500 thing.
Yeah.
Or $1,000 thing.
And with my health care, I'm paying $21 for 3 months.
Shit, that ain't bad at all. That ain't bad at all. But I'm guessing it all depends on how healthy the individual is.
Yeah.
Or maybe not, because the Canadian system tends to take care of everybody kind of equal.
Well, like our $50 a month, it might not go to us, but it'll go towards our neighbors, and
Right.
they're also paying their $50 a month,
which will go towards you when you're in need.
Yeah, but like Alberta, the province I live in, we have the oil fields pay for our health care.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cool if they start if they're able to push off a cost like that on big industry in the area.
The thing, what it is that the revenue that Alberta gets from the oil companies goes into the Alberta healthcare system.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it goes into the healthcare and the education system.
Hey guys, I'm running an errand. I might go quiet, but I'm going to stay on as long as I don't lose service.
All right. Well, I'll be around. Talk to you later.
Right on. Pretty quiet in here, fellas. Oh, is Guns and Geeks on right now?